And it should possibly be live now, or somewhat live. Maybe, possibly. Doesn't matter. I think it should be working properly now. Hello. Um, as pretty much I'm just gonna put it as simple as I can. Haven't uploaded for how long? I think 2 weeks or three weeks, 4 weeks, possibly. Give me a second. Where is my tabs? Yeah, I think this one should be fine. Okay, so my last stream was a month ago. That was quite long. Anyways, yeah. So what I'm basically trying to do right now is basically get into the art style. Well, not really art style because apparently technically suck a lot when it comes to art. And the guy who was giving me some tips basically told me that my art wasn't looking that well. Um, she does. Um, Mainly because I mean it's art. Almost. Okay, I'm just doing this kind of like rambling, talking about it. Um, it wasn't going that well because my sketch art was a little was too small. So for example, I have five in here. The size of this page is 2550 x 4200, which is big, big page size. And for this kind of page size, he he recommend me to go for something between 30 and 40. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I think I turned this off. Yeah, I did. Between 30 and 40 when it comes to oh, I forgot about that. 30 and 40 when it comes to brush size, so it can look somewhat better. It may look more adaptable for the page size, which is understandable. Which I personally didn't really knew about it. Anyways, what I'm working with, this one's just basically basic um, draw, if you want to put it that way, of something that he asked me to do, and see how it turned out to be. And based on his basically opinion, he told me to go for a school uniform, which in reality didn't really came up the way I expected to come out. The arms are not that great. Uh, the chest is something that I definitely need to work on a lot. Um, yeah. Anyways, I think I just going to possibly keep rambling about if I don't start drawing. To be honest, I'm not really that great when it comes to the art department. I'm still lacking a lot, and yeah, I think possibly one of the things I having somewhat difficulty with is that I don't I'm not using a regular uh, drawing tablet. I'm using an also drawing tablet, which I personally wasn't aware about until the guy I talked to told me, "Hey, that's not really uh, really great tablet. That's on specifically for ASU." I'm like, "Wait, what's ASU?" Because I never heard about that game specifically, so it kind of threw me off on what it specifically meant to be. And I researched that out, and it's like, oh, that's somewhat of a game. I personally never played also before, so you can have a big idea. That was somewhat shock. To be honest, I could easily use the tools for this, which it will definitely will come like extremely handy. Because I have, I think it was not this one, no this one, and I can do this and this and this. But I don't really feel like it's a really great thing to use, at least in my opinion. And since I'm really, like, honestly trying to learn how to make like really, r- I don't really want to say like amazing art, but an art that can be technically proud and basically achieve uh it's still a quote unquote kind of thing because I haven't really worked on that yet. A manga, basically a manga or a comic, if you want to put it that way. And uh, I'm interested in making a manga, comic, whichever you want to call it. Not really. I kind of want to say for a living, but I think for a living is a little bit too much. But I let's just I don't know. Let's say that's something that I'm interested in working on. Uh, Great way. So yeah. Well, if you're going to ask me if I'm only interested in making like one book or one simple story, then no, really. I somewhat interested in making like different books. I can have like a big idea of what kind of stories I want to tell on my books. And for that, I feel like I personally believe that I should learn how to draw because I part of me doesn't really want to be dependent on someone else. I want to be when it comes to like working with someone else, unless like I'm personally paying them, then yeah, I wouldn't mind the working with someone else. But if it's like something that I technically started to do on my own, I find somebody who really want to do it with me, it's possibly going to be like a really uh, difficult thing to find in a way because when it comes to like big artists, like they have an idea on. I believe they have kind of like an idea on who they really want to work on with. Uh, First of all, I feel like I'm just jumbling, babbling about things that I may not be aware about because if uh, when it comes to, I don't know, maybe, yeah, I think I'm just wumbling, babbling about stuff that I don't even possibly comprehend. Maybe, to be honest, the hairstyle wasn't supposed to be like this originally. It was supposed to be this one, but I just basically cut the ponytail because I I don't know. I kind of felt like it was a little too much, at least on my opinion. Oh yeah, uh, anime fall, anime fall 2017. To be honest, I found like really some really good shows that really interested on. Um, the slime one was is actually one of my favorites. I guess it's mainly because I read the manga or I'm reading the manga for that, and I'm really really enjoying it. It's such an amazing story, and personally, sorry, I personally find it a bit funny that people are judging it like a harem kind of anime. But to be honest, I don't blame anybody about that because I mean, isekais are basically harems over harems. So realistically, I don't blame them. It's not really blamable. So yeah. Uh, oh, I really hate when it's like getting bug stuff because it kind of cuts like the flow of the work in a way. Should I just flip upside down instead? Yeah, I think I should probably do that and see how it looks. Maybe. Eh, eh, not that bad, I guess. It could look better, at least in my opinion. I mean, if you look at it from like far away, does it give the impression of? Does it really give it that impression of? I don't know, like the lines aren't really well put out. I guess it's many sense it's like a really really short line art. It's kind of understandable. So yeah. Uh, I don't really like that. Maybe I should probably make like a line here. No wait, I have an idea. Go here, and from over here make it go like this. Less wonky possibly. It's not really perfect, but I guess it should be fine for the meantime. Probably not. Possibly not really. I think maybe. I mean, uh, maybe not really. Just go here. Should I? I don't think so. I don't really think it's really that required though. The problem with it is going to be down here. I think maybe. Yeah, I should probably go put it here. So yeah, Goblin Slayer is actually really great. Uh, I was a little bit shocked, in my opinion, that it wasn't really well. No, I was shocked that the show that is seen in the first episode. I, I wasn't really expecting it, so I was technically caught off guard. Yeah, technically caught off guard from from the series. I mean, to be honest, at least in my opinion, it's a really, really, really great series. For a dark fantasy theme, it's really great. And I personally completely understand on the negative reception that it had received throughout the last couple of days. Uh, which I personally don't really blame anyone. Not even not even the author, because I mean I like the story. Sure, it's a little too much, but it's a really great dark fantasy story. And in a way, if I think about it, okay, so let me hold it for a second. The reason why I started reading Goblin Slayer was because I was like so super into like, well, I'm still into, but I was like extremely into isekais, and I wasn't reading anything else besides isekais mangas. And then Goblin Slayer appeared out of nowhere, and I'm like, hey, this may be another isekai. And I start reading it, I'm like, dude, this is not even near isekai. True, it's a fantasy themed story, but it's not an isekai. And after continue reading the story, I was like, dude, this is so good. And I ended up enjoying it more than I intended to enjoy. So yeah, it should probably be more like this. No, it looks more like an arrow. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't even freaking matter. So yeah, Alice in Pin Goblin Slayer is a really, really interesting story. What else? Double Decker. Double Decker is. Uh, it's okay. Let's like that. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I actually kind of enjoy it from time to time. Like I say, it's not really that great as a story. But I think the only reason why I ended up enjoying the story was because I really, really can relate to the main protagonist. Because he technically is like a completely douche. He's technically a completely douche. And somewhat of a douche when it comes to my own buddies. Uh, at least from what I can relate to a story when it comes to Dog. I think that's how you pronounce it. Should have been more like this. Oh my goodness, I'm getting itchy. To be honest, I can possibly see why they were telling me the lines are quite small. Like I can barely see them when it comes to like black and white. Well, technically I'm not really using black, but you get my point. I don't mean should have open something else. Let me open this book. I don't need this one. I think. Well, technically still do. Technically. And I don't need this one anymore. Oh, that looks horrible. I can definitely tell that I'm not really that great with when it comes to the female chest. That looks horrible. That looks extremely horrible. Gosh. Well, now that technically I'm opening the arms a little bit more since I don't really have the arms. I think it should be somewhat okay to expand to open up the arms. I think maybe possibly possibly. I think possibly my favorite anime of the season may be Katakuri. No, Katakuri Circus. That sounds so bad. No, I'm saying like the way I'm pronouncing it. It sounds kind of bad. Katakuri. But basically the anime with the puppets one. To be honest, after episode 4, I literally just started looking for the manga, and oh boy, it is such an amazing story. Like honestly, um, normally I don't normally jump into mangas when it comes from animes specifically. I just done with the anime and continue with my life, because either way the adaptation was probably either too bad, good, or it was a meh. And when it comes to some of the stories that may turn out to be somewhat good, I don't really tend to read them. I just leave them like that. Yeah, this bow thing is not really looking quite well though. Yeah, this is not really looking well. I feel like you can probably understand how bad this is. Oh, by the way, I'm not even wearing headphones right now. My headphones are technically broken. So yeah. 10 looks so bad. Oh my goodness. It looks really terrible, to be honest. I'm not going to deny that. I don't know what I'm doing though. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing like this sound. I don't know why specifically. It just somehow I'm doing it. This one should possibly a little bit more close around the neck, I believe. Oh goodness, that looks so terrible. This is what happens when you come everything prematurely. It looks so bad. But I feel like I'm getting somewhat of an idea of what I'm going to pull off, or at least it's looking better, somewhat. Somewhat, somewhat. I com- Now I can totally comprehend why the guy who was advising me when it comes to drawing was telling me specifically. Mainly because art is. It was kind of interesting actually. The guy, or I think I can probably call my body. Yeah, I don't think he minds. My body was telling me that there were like two different ways. There's like two different ways to make art. So it's like, wait, what? I didn't knew that. Probably be more like around here. So I was a bit surprised about that. I actually like that a little bit more than that one I was a bit of. I kind of want to apologize. I tend to get quieter the more I concentrate on stuff. It's kind of like a habit of mine for some reason. Well, I don't think it's a bad habit. Is it? I mean, technically, the chat is dead, so I don't think I personally don't really see the problem of basically concentrating myself into whatever I'm drawing currently. Somewhere, yeah, I think that should be probably fine. Hopefully, I get to have at least a more consistent art style before New Year, because I really want to make a specific video for next season, since basically one of my favorite mangas or light novels, if you want to put it that way, is coming up next season, and I really want to talk about it. At least have like a an image, kind of like in a you know, in a moe, in a chibi, in a chibi way. Some kind of hype for that, or I'm hoping to pull off something like that. I should, I should probably call it something different. At least a stream though. Well, it's just a stream technically. I thought it was something like, oh, a stream update or something like that, and I was gonna be like, no, this is not a stream update. It looks like trash. Can I change the title at least? I feel like this should be a little bit more lenient. And this one should be at least a little bit higher. So once it gets to this point, just close it up like this. Change this a little bit. A little bit more roundish. Boom. In. Boom. And this one is a little bit more open, since this one is a little bit more lower, and based on the laws of physics, this one should be a little bit more lenient. It's kind of funny. I really have like the concept art of what I was trying to pull off, and now that I'm basically working on it, like I feel like it's not even looking really well. I mean, it's looking better at some degree. There are some parts that I think may needs to have some work on, and there's some parts that possibly not. Maybe. Now I need to fix this part. To be honest, this one is not really well centered. Now that I know this, like I hate that. It's like too bright on my eyes. The chest, every like it's not like properly connected around the neck. It's not really straight. But oh well, can't really do anything at this point. I can still fix it, but I feel like it's going to take me longer to make this, and I want to say roughly been working on this for a week, 2 weeks maybe, somewhere around there, and I don't really want to continue working on this. It's not really like I don't really want to continue. It's more like I want to move into another piece so I can make it's still learning technically, because sure I can learn the mistakes if I continue fixing the thing, but that's not really going to help me to progress. Technically it does, technically it doesn't, because if I try to fix every single detail, it's going to take me longer. Use on the sketch art, it took me roughly a week just on the sketch art. I'm not even joking about that. Gonna want to have an idea, basically roughly around here. And this one should be more closer. Nah, not really. I thought it should be better if it was closer, but I technically don't really have any points to or any reason to make it closer since technically it's a bit shorter than the other one. Realistically, it's a bit shorter than the other one. I should probably try to fix this one too. Trying to make more like a little bit more Audi and possibly like around here. It looks like a nose now that I think about it. Looks somewhat silly. uh, this one should be a little bit more open, like more to the side. Bunny Senpai. The Bunny Senpai anime is actually an interesting one. I technically been more caught up into the anime on the story wise more than the manga, since the manga's pace is like super slow. So I technically been watching the anime for that one. And to be honest, I'm really enjoying the heck out of it. It's a really great story. You know, I can probably understand why people compare this story with the Monogatari series. I can't really argue against that. But the problem with that is that I haven't seen the Monogatari series, so I can't really relate to the love of that one. I personally have read or seen my high school rom com. I believe that's the name of it in the English version, and I've totally love it. I haven't finished season two, but it's like really great. Probably arguing like one of my favorites of the season. Arguably speaking. This one is. I guess I'll probably just make it shorter. I mean, it's not really going to be that consistent. At least in my opinion, it's not really going to be that consistent. Uh, Says I don't really post my art on Twitter. I don't know. I tend to keep some of my art to myself. Since realistically, almost nobody like realistically, my Twitter account is technically dead. Like the amount of times that I ever posted something in there It's like so little stuff. Like I barely post anything on my Twitter account. But possibly once I will probably get a better mic or better equipment, to be honest. Then yeah, I guess I can probably start like posting stuff on Twitter. The main reason why I better uh, post stuff on Twitter is mainly because I barely put anything on my channel. And when my channel is technically being dead, what's the point of keeping an active Twitter account if the channel is going to be basically empty? Oh, I see. That's yeah, that's a problem. This is my main problem now. Can I have like a rough idea where specifically things are going to be? From there, you just take it away, basically. And trying to push this a little bit more in outside, so it can possibly look better. Slightly, probably. Slightly. Can have like a really cool effect that is like being pulled down by gravity. Technically, it's not really cool effect, but I just really want to sound cool. Boom. Wait, this one is a little bit longer, huh? This one should be roughly around here. This one should be roughly around here. Then erase this. Yeah, I have a lot of mistakes now. Anyways, it hasn't been an hour yet. Wow, and that's interesting, I guess. Must have been trying for an hour. Really? Not even an hour? Wow, time really flies. Or it's like really slow. What realistically is more like slow than really flying in a specific way. Boom, and boom, and boom. Now, like around here should be better. I definitely have to make this one bigger next time. Like I feel like I'm struggling a lot. Like a crazy amount of struggling. Well, not crazy amount of struggles, but a handful of struggles. Because it's like, do you really want to make this looks nice? And with the amount of, I want to say the amount of, that looks horrible. With the amount of skills, quote unquote, that I have, things aren't really well. Ew, that looks horrible. There you go. Okay, let's see. I don't know why I'm like keep looking at the clock, expecting to be an hour already. I mean, I'm just planning to stream for an hour. That's technically kind of like late in a way. A little bit kind of late if you ask me. A little bit late. That looks horrible. Uh, no. Can't make a perfect circle. Gosh. Was that good? If you can win them, well, if you can, if you can beat them, join them. That's what I'm looking for. If you can beat them, join them. Almanac. I'm getting old for all these things. I just probably need to put the lines of the skirt. Put this line and yeah. To be honest, it's not like honestly. Oh yeah, and the arms. I'm forgetting about that. Since the arms are. Oh yeah, and the outfit though. No, the arms look somewhat like fat. Oh, there's my mouse. Like I'm not saying that the arms looks bad, but the shape, the problem with the shape of the arm is that she is skinny, and I want to keep it that way because I don't really want to add some pounds, and it sounds terrible. At some degree, it does. At some degree, it kind of does. My back. I really hate getting old. Not really complaining. It's just the older you get, the things you think and the perspective, the things you quote unquote comprehend in a way gets either either better or worse. Sometimes it gets better. Sometimes it just turns out to be like garbage. Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't connect the lines properly because that is bad. Here too. That's also another thing that looks bad. Everything looks bad. Gosh. I personally really like adding like a couple of extra lines. Well, not really extra lines, more like what's the word I'm looking for? I really like to add like a few inches or yeah, a few inches. Uh, when it comes to like clothing, so you can at least for me you can tell the difference on what the character is wearing. Kind of like my own little preference, to be honest. I mean, it sounds kind of bad in a way, and God dang it, it sounds a little bit time consuming if you think about it in a realistically matter. Oh, I forgot about that. I'll fix that in a second, hopefully. I wonder now I can hit my own hand whenever I'm trying to make like a perfectly straight line. It just turns out to be a little bit curvy. Not really hating on it. It's just something that tends to happen quite a lot. You know what? Yeah, I can connect this one and this one, and yeah, and I don't have to go to the hassle of the race and everything. Oh, smart, 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 smart. Not really, it's possibly quite dumbish. I used to feel like my entire back crack up really bad. Wait, barely one? I thought it was gonna be two. Oh, what? Huh? What? Oh! Oh, I'm so. Oh, God. I completely forgot about that. The 1 hour backtrack. I thought that was happening until December. I feel a little bit dumb, to be honest. A little bit. A little bit dumb. I feel a little bit dumb. Basically almost done. Yeah, this all looks doesn't really look good. Like legit. Doesn't really get the shape of the chest quite well properly. Technically. But I think I can possibly fix this. Possibly. I just need some glue. Flex glue if it's needed. Yeah, it doesn't really look that well to be honest. Can I hate it in a way? And now this part should possibly add a little bit more volume into this. God dang it. Into this one. So it doesn't really look out of shape. Well, basically look like square in a way. Because honestly, I'm not really that good with the female anatomy. And yeah, the arms are extremely long. That's something that I need to work on. But her waist is also quite long. just hope no, I just realized that I've been showing technically this. I kind of hope that I don't get like age restricted or something. I mean, technically, I'm not showing any nudity. I think maybe. Arguably speaking, I'm not. That looks so awkward. I don't like how that looks. It looks so awkward, at least in the design. Yeah, I guess. No, it should be more like this one taking the reins. That was a little bit off. Mm-hmm. Gosh, why is this so difficult? I'm not an artist. Well, technically, in a way, I am, but I'm not like I'm not really well artist. Gosh. Okay, I gotta change my position. Okay, that looks. What is that wrinkles? The thing that is making me giving me a hard time. Like, come on, dude. Like, give me some free pass or something. God. Um, yeah, done. I think. Yeah, done. And it looks bad. It looks bad. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the stream, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully, see ya.